Everything that you've been taught about success, freedom, fulfillment, happiness, it's all a lie. We've been taught to improve ourselves, to develop ourselves, to work hard, to struggle with effort. We'll get there. But you see, right there in that approach is the flaw. Because what we desire, what we're seeking, is always on the other side of something that we have to do or become. It's always over there. It's never right here. And you see, that is why it's untrue. Because your true self is success. It is the highest form of success. It is the highest expression of freedom. It is the greatest fulfillment and therefore unconditional, causeless happiness. You come into this world at the height of your success. And you have not lost that. It has not gone anywhere. In fact, it's the world that's taught you and conditioned you to believe that you're not that you're getting there maybe, that you have a lot more to do in order to feel it, believe it, experience it. But right there is the problem. The problem is in the approach. You see, you are success. And when you come into alignment with who you really are, then everything that you desire and more comes to you. You don't need to take on strategies and techniques and use tactics and all these overly sophisticated ways of proving yourself and earning it. Something that someone else has done, something that someone insists is needed, all of which are just beliefs. And if it's not an original sense within you, if it is not born of your inspiration, if it is not authentic to who you are, then it is merely a coping with what you're disbelieving about yourself to try to get somewhere to prove that you're successful, that you're free, that you're happy, that you're fulfilled. And that's the trap, because it will never lead there. You might get more money. You might get temporary hits of relief and peace, but it will never be lasting because it will never be true. And so we've been conditioned to undermine ourselves and abandon ourselves, to reject ourselves and to resist the internal guidance that is within us, the intuition, the inspiration, the inner intelligence, which is instinctual. But because of our education systems and our media and our parents and every authority figure that's ever told us that we have to fall in line and fit in, we have to do things by the book. There are certain things that work and certain things that don't. And don't even get me started on all the beliefs around money and success, that money doesn't grow on trees, or it's the root of all evil, or that good things don't come easily. All of this programming is interfering with your natural, infinite abundance, and therefore your creative inspiration, your pure imagination, and the sense of anything being possible, just by the very fact that you exist. And you see, you came into this world knowing this. You came into this world as a pure light, pure radiance, pure possibility. And you acted on this. You lived so vividly in your imagination that what you imagined was your reality. No one could argue with you. No one could disprove it, because you knew it. You felt it. You lived in it. But as we grew up and we took on the responsibilities and the heaviness, the seriousness of the world, we started to question, is anything possible? Am I worthy of it? Can I do this? Am I capable? And it's through these beliefs, through this sense of self, that we take on the ways of the world, trying to earn it, to deserve it, to get there. That's the trap, is we undermine our own inner authority. We give away our power to tactics, prescriptions, stories. And everyone's kind of doing this. It's a major cope. Like, how many people do you know who are even successful, who are truly happy, truly fulfilled, truly free? Who in your life do you look up to genuinely, that you want to be more like? Who's living the life that's somewhat more like the way that you want to experience yourself. And you see, this is not about comparison. It's not about trying to become more like anyone. It's about finding what actually works. And what actually works is to know yourself, to come into alignment with who you truly are. And when you let go of the programs and the thoughts and the beliefs and all the conditions and everything that we've been taught that makes our approach something that is not true, not original, not inspired. You see, that's what sucks the life out of our creativity, out of our imagination. It's what sucks the energy, leaks out the energy from within ourselves. Then we take on things that are not exciting, not inspired, not true to who we are, just to get somewhere. All the while, we're overlooking that infinite source of well-being, of abundance, of freedom, of fulfillment, of inspiration, which is always already here. And so this takes a different relationship to yourself, because in taking on all of these beliefs, the burden of what the world says is needed for you to be a good person, for you to be successful, for you to be happy, for you to live a good life, to be free. All of that is taken on as a kind of burden, as a weight, which then cuts you off from that self that you are. And you see, that is your direct connection to everything, to God, to your higher self, to the universe, to source, to life itself, which is infinite possibility, infinite intelligence, infinite creativity. It is the interconnectedness of all of life, which is the conspiring in your favor of everything that will lead you to everything that you want and more, through synchronicities, through serendipity, through opportunities and relationships, through things arriving just at the right time and the right way, right before your eyes. Not because you're proving it, earning it, deserving it, improving yourself, developing yourself to get there, but because you're already there. When you're in alignment with who you are, you're at the source of everything that you want to experience and create. It is merely through your consciousness, through your imagination, that everything comes to you. And my friend, you know this. You've known this all along, but we've been tricked, duped into thinking that there's anything outside of us that needs to be in order for you to be and to have and experience all that you want. But this is not a mental thought. This is a tangible, felt sense. It is that pure state of I am. And I am is not a thought. At best, it's a kind of feeling, right? When you were a child, when you came into this world, that pure state of being, that love of being, that love of life, that joy of play, that curiosity, that sense of adventure, all of which had baked into it an infinitely intelligent, inspired imagination, which drew everything unto you as a reflection of the state that you were in. You see, you are magnetic, and the resonance of that state that you occupy is what magnetizes everything to you. But when we outsource that resonance, that magnetism, that power to powerless tactics and strategies, approaches that someone else has said work, but are not actually inspired, then we lower our frequency, we dampen our energy, and we dull our imagination. And then we separate ourselves from the source from which everything arises out of. And so you've disassociated, you've undermined, and you've disconnected yourself with the infinite creativity of who you truly are. And that's the thing. When you're in alignment with who you truly are, you know tangibly that everything already exists here and now. It's not apart from you. It's not apart from the state of being that you're occupying. It is within. And that's the truth about manifestation, is that when you, in alignment with who you are, in that state which is at the source of everything that you want to create, then you have it already here and now. And yes, there may seemingly be a delay in your circumstances, in your reality, in your outer world to reflect that, but you won't even care because you're good with it and good without it, because you are it. And when you become that which you desire, when you realize that you are already at the source of everything that you seek, then, my friend, you cannot fail. Success is yours. Freedom is yours. The fulfillment, the happiness, the wealth, everything that you desire is always already within. You need only give away everything that is not original, authentic, and germane to who you are, which is only bringing up doubt and disbelief and distrust, that sense that you need to earn, work harder, with effort. Get anywhere other than here. Become anyone other than you. That's when all of you comes back into alignment as one whole being, integrated, embodied, in love, as the freedom of your pure imagination, and with access to the infinite possibility that you are. And that is the essence of true success, because it is your true self.